You're just going to probably fall asleep in the next few minutes. One quick story. You know me, I've got a couple. This is Earl and Bubba quietly sitting in a fishing boat, chewing tobacco, drinking beer. And suddenly Bubba says, I think I'm going to divorce my wife. She ain't spoke to me in over 2 months. Earl spits overboard, takes a long sip of beer, and says, better think it over. Women like that are hard to find. All right, now that I have your attention. We're going to go one thing, if you would, on the back of the program. At the bottom, you'll see this little list of schools. And some of these they went across it by accident and anything. And if you would, go ahead and fill in the mascots of all the schools that were in Costasco County back in 1962. I did help you out. I can't remember. We'll go over them later. This time we'll do the business portion of the meeting. And we'll have the Secretary and Treasurer's report by Carolyn Davis Martel.
The 99th Senior High School banquet was held on June the 11th, 2016 at South Pleasant Church, Silver Lake, Indiana, with 115 people in attendance. The banquet was opened by President Larry Paul's. Prayer was given by John Conley before dinner provided by Kingwood Point. The business meeting was opened by President Larry Paul's. Reading of the minutes and Treasurer's report for 215 banquet was read by Carolyn Davis Montel. All minutes were approved. New officers were elected for 2017. President Larry Paul's, Vice President Terry Dowse, Secretary Treasurer Carolyn Davis Montel, and Assistant Secretary Treasurer Lavana Zellers-Blocker. A list of alumni that have sent money to support the Silver Lake alumni but unable to attend was read by President Larry Paul's. Sharon Susick of the Kosciuszko County Historical Society talked about the new book, Schools of Kosciuszko County, and talked about the history of Lake Township schools. The book is available at the Historical Society. If there is an interest, the Historical Society is willing to work with the alumni to provide a DVD on Lake Township schools. A vote was taken and it was agreed to proceed with the DVD to be shown at the 217 100 alumni banquet. The classes of 1946, 51, 56, 61, and 66 were recognized. A memorial list was read by Terry Dowse with a song being sang by Joe Wade. All attendees participated in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the school song, Homer Granders, directed by the Silver Lake High School cheerleaders, and piano by Betty Dell. In closing, all sang God Bless America. The 2017 alumni banquet was set for Saturday, June 10th, 2017 in the South Pleasant Church, Silver Lake. The financial report, our beginning balance was $1,698.49. Our receipts was $2,720, giving us a total working of $44,1846. Expenses for last year's banquet was invitation and mailings, $210.46, stamps, $141, Kingwood Point, $1780.41, South Pleasant Church, $250, and the Kosciuszko County Historical Society, $65.13. Total expenses was $24.47, and the ending bank balance of the 7/31/2014-15 was $1979.46.
Always have to ask the age-old question, are there any corrections to be made? Any questions? I'll put it that way. As far as whole business, I'm not really sure. There's one thing I would like to cover later. You notice in the place message we have that the map of Lake Township And the schools one time existed, and I'll be very honest with you, the only one I know of one, but I haven't attended. Ever at one time, I forget where we were at, was giving us a history lesson on these schools, and he was pretty accurate on these. Evelyn Jagger helps us on a couple of them because we have the struggles I have on the wrong road. Part of that is on the table coming in, the Historical Society put out a book of the schools of Kosciuszko County, and there's copies available. I think the late one was $45 a piece. If you're interested in one, and it is interesting reading because there's a chapter for each of the townships within Kosciuszko County. Personally speaking, one I'm only probably familiar with the Lake and Seward, but there's one for Clay, I believe Sydney's Jackson Township. But it's an interesting, it'll tell, it's like on your map, it'll tell you when the school was built, how long it was there, possibly the year that it got combined with another, and now how long it got combined into Silver Lake. The thing that's missing is probably they don't talk about the demise of Silver Lake. That's a reality that's out there. As far as the new business, we always have to be very competitive area nomination for officers. Sorry about that. That's tongue-in-cheek. At this point, is there anyone who's really chomping at the bit that would like to get rid of the current president and Secretary of Treasury? Come on. I don't mind it. It's kind of, I guess, for about 5 years it's starting to, my biggest problem, other than the class of '66, we don't have any younger people to pass it on to. But, so at this point, I would propose we keep the same officers for next year. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? One class. Hey, one class, let me down. We're supposed to vote against it. Other business, a couple things happened in this past year. Carolyn found out, I'm not sure if it's on email or what, when they closed the high school. If you recall, the display cases that hung up there were pictures of the classes. There were trophies, other memorabilia that had been stored down at the fire station. And there was a rumor going around that they were going to redo the room and get rid of this. And nobody really knew what was going to happen to it. I think it was Molly Curley provided some of the information. And Rick Curley stepped up, and currently the items that were there, Rick Curley has. His intent is to, in time, I don't believe he's done it yet, is to put them up in his dealership. Now, I don't know if it's one of his equipment or car, maybe both, but it's kind of one thing to maintain, because it's kind of like, that may be the last residents of Silver Lake, because I know Claypool a couple of years ago, they were trying to find a bunch of the class pictures that we had, because they were going to hang in Claypool School. Personally, they were a rivalry school, and one that I would have a problem with. The problem we have in Silver Lake is there's no community building to hang and display them. Plus, the fact we're still trying to locate several of them. I just wanted you to be aware of what's kind of happening with the trophy cases, the display cases, and stuff that Rick currently has those. We'd like to set the meeting for next year. I believe it's the second Saturday in June. All right. It's June 9th. I looked it up. Plans will be to have it back here as long as they will let us. South Pleasant has been very gracious in providing the facility, and it works out well. As you kind of remember, we had at the fire station, there was a few years there, probably 95, and it was extremely warm. There was a year we had a thunderstorm, and that metal roof, very facility itself, I think personally, really worked out well for us. So the plan will be June 9th, 2018, here at the South Pleasant Church. With that, we'll close the business portion of the meeting. And I'd like to thank at this point, they were catering, they have like the last 5 years. Carolyn Hart skipped a beat. Beth, who's the one who's been nominated every year we've been here. She went up there and they said she wasn't available because she decided she was going to have a baby instead. So that's her choice. She missed out on a fine group of people. At this point, we'll have the DVD that's been running, continuing. I think we're now we'll just stop, go through that and watch it. I'm not sure how many paid any attention if you've seen it. There's clips. It's something that Kosciuszko Historical Society went back through various archives, pictures they had. It's not going to be all encompassing. We can necessarily look into your classes. May or may not be in here. To me, what was interesting in working with him was not so much the pictures they have, but the videos that they had. You'll see on here, I believe, it's the 1947 sectional championship game that Soleil won. 51 county, unfortunately 55 somewhere got lost to what we had in there. But it's, you'll notice the speed at which they played, the length of the shorts that they wore, a little bit different than what you see today. And I was talking to Mike Jagger earlier, and when you look at the high school players today, you watch these games, there's a little step up in the quality of basketball. If you're with us, we'll just take a few minutes, go through it, and then we'll talk a little bit about the township map that's out there.